Howdy, everybody. It's been a long time since last video, but I don't have too many people on here, so I'm sure it doesn't matter too much. I broke my phone that I was filming with, so I'm just going to do this on my computer at ease. I got an older phone now. Quality's even worse than this, so I don't know. I hadn't really bought too many records since coronavirus, yada yada. Record stores closed, and I don't like buying online a whole lot unless it's like I don't know, it's like a pre-order or something I absolutely can't find. So this is just stuff I've kind of got online. One of them I actually got, or two of them actually I ordered from a local record store, and they just mailed it to me. But I just wanted to put something out. I'm like a couple records away from doing like a full collection video of a label I like a lot, so I'm hoping I can get to that soon. So I'll just jump right into it, I guess. This is one I had ordered from Veneer here, got delivered. Classic. I'm sure if you're watching this, you know it. Bolt Thrower, Realm of Chaos. It's just a repress, obviously. Nothing fancy. Yep. Earache repress. It is, let me see, I haven't listened to this in a while. Yeah, it's like a kind of orangey red see-through. It looks a little more orange in person. Not my favorite Bolt Thrower. I'm not saying it's bad, obviously. I like Bolt Thrower across the board. I am a bit more of a Fourth Crusade guy. I know this is a lot of people's favorite, War Master, but not too much to say. Just trying to kind of build up my collection with things I like. Man, I cannot get words out today. All right. We also got 13 Blues for 13 Moons from Silvermount Zion. Silvermount Zion is actually my favorite like non-heavy band of all time. I love Constellation Records. Literally everything they've done, I'm a huge fan. From the moment I heard this music, it was just like the music I had just kind of waited to hear my whole life, I felt. Yeah, double LP, 45 RPM. There's 16 tracks, but a lot of them are just silence and it's filler. Kind of cool packaging. The insert comes out and like that moves as well. Funny story about this record, actually. When I was like 19, and I had been drinking the night before at a friend's house, and I was driving home. I was driving home the next night. I had hung out there all day and lived with my parents underage. I had like a small bottle of Jack Daniels like this big, and I wanted to dispose of it. And I would never litter now. I know it's bad. Don't flame me for it. But I was driving on the interstate, and where I'm from, there's like tons of just cotton fields and whatnot, and they'd like already been harvested, nothing out there. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to throw it. It's like 2-lane road, you know. So I'm like, oh, I'm just going to throw it out my passenger window this way so I don't risk hitting another car because there's nobody to my right. And I had just washed my car, so my windows are perfectly clean. And I thought I had it rolled down because I was just driving, smoking a cigarette, my window's down. And I throw the bottle out the passenger, and it smashes the window and just shatters the entire thing. Not fun. And I had a Volkswagen at the time, so I had to pay way more money than usual, than you otherwise would to get a window replaced because they need the special tools to open the door and shit. It was a total pain in the ass. Yeah, now I don't like whiskey or Jack Daniels hardly at all. All right, moving on. Windhand Soma is a bit of a classic for me. And I'm sure a lot of people, Windhand's gotten really big, and this is kind of their, at least I believe it's their, like, breakout record. Maybe this is the first LP. Like, maybe I don't know as much about Windhand as I thought. It's like a nice bone color, double LP. A lot of great songs on this. I throw on Evergreen all the time. Boleskine, great. Castle, you really can't go wrong. Relapse bands, I've seen them quite a few times, like 3 or 4 now. Always phenomenal. First time I saw them was South by 2013 or 14. I went to go see Indian, and it was like them, Primitive Man, Sonhet, I forget who else, but completely blew me away. incredible tone. Dorothea's vocals are just like incredibly haunting, fit the music perfectly well. This kind of doom that's just like very strictly Sabbath worship, not a whole lot going on, can lose me pretty easily. But the way they do it, I think, is phenomenal. The guitar solos are great. If they just kept putting out the same record over and over again, I'd buy it and eat it up every time. And I've really liked everything they've done since then. Not quite as much as this. There is a split they did with Salem's Pot that has my favorite two Windhand songs on it. But if you never checked out Windhand, this is a great starting place. Even if you don't like some of the, you might not like some of the newer stuff that's a bit more accessible, you could say, a little bit less heavy, you could argue, but keep moving on from there. This one, I actually bought my Dream speakers a couple months ago. They were marked down like $600 on Amazon from what they're usually $1,500. I got them for $9, and I had been I had no problems with my setup in the past. The speakers I got were literally hand-me-downs a friend of mine found next to a dumpster at an apartment complex. I looked them up. They were worth like $100. They were like these JBL tower speakers, little like, it was like 2 3-inch like mid-range drivers and 1 tweeter in the middle, and they were cool. Backported, sounded good. Never had any problems with them. I've still got them. I'm sure I'll use them for something if I ever get a bigger place in the future. But I'd done tons of research for years and years. Had my Dream speakers, got marked down so much, I bought them, and I was like, I want something with cool production, just to kind of celebrate getting my Dream speakers. So I bought Prurient Frozen Niagara Falls. This is one of his bigger releases. He has so much stuff. I don't really know what is the biggest. I would assume this one, because this is the record I found him on. I saw reviews from it online. I believe I saw it on Pitchfork, a couple websites, when a lot of his stuff doesn't get that kind of traction because he puts stuff out just so constantly. This is actually a triple LP. I think this is the only. I think I've only got one other triple LP, but it's just incredible. Really cool, like kind of embossed cover. Great inserts. Incredible looking fold out. Packaging done extremely well. I did pay a bit more than I usually do for this. I think I paid $55 or $60 on Discogs. Usually I don't like to pay too much for records because I'm not one for like rare records or first presses. Like, I think that shit's cool, but I won't really go out of my way to get them. If it's something that's been out of press for a long time, then that's the one time I will, which this is the case. I don't remember what color it is. I haven't listened to it in like a month. Oh, it's just black. But yeah, it's a super fucking cool record. Definitely a bit of a sidestep from a lot of the just typical noise stuff that he's done. It's definitely a noisy record. But like Myth of Building Bridges, Dragonflies to Sew You Up, there's like MIDI clocked, sequenced, like jangly synths, real clean sounding. There's like acoustic guitar in this record. There's vocal samples. There's sad synths. Just anything you could really expect from and almost kind of like dungeon synth stuff at times. It's really all over the place. If you don't know Prurient and you want to get into something kind of strange, this is where I would recommend to start. You truly can't go wrong with it. No matter who you are, I'm sure there's something on this record you would enjoy and end up, at least like throwing in a playlist to play later. Just honestly, a super incredible record. There's a there's a sample I always like a lot. It's like you're waking up again in Beth Israel, and something about being an alcoholic. It's this whole speech thing. Really fucking cool. Maybe it's just the shithead, sad boy teenager in me. Damn, I should have grouped this with the other Silver Mount Zion. But moving on, I got the first Silver Mount Zion record. This is one of the other ones I had been missing. Yeah. He's left us alone, but shafts the light, sometimes grace the corner of our rooms. Yeah, just fucking killer record. Initially, Ephraim had sidestepped from Godspeed. Not stepped away from Godspeed, but he did this as well as Godspeed because his dog Wanda died and he wanted to write a piece of music about that. And he just wanted something with vocals. Obviously, that wasn't going to fit something like Godspeed. But, yeah, great record. Just, honestly, a good entry point for a Silvermount Zion. There's a track called Movie Never Made on it. Just incredibly sad. Just piano and Ephraim singing. Production's like super lo-fi. The whole record is fantastic, though, you know. If you're an 18-year-old emotional kid like I was when I found this, it'll really be up your alley. And, you know, I never stopped loving it, you know, since I found it. It's just truly incredible. There's an old, what's it called? What's in My Bag from Amoeba with the Deaf Heaven guys. And Carrie's like, oh, he buys this and he's like, oh, I used to like get super blown and lay in bed and just kind of space out to it. And this is definitely a great record for that, and a big, a big part of me being an adolescent and getting into music, doing shit like that, you know, sad music, a lot of weed. All right, let's see what else we got. All right, two more. These I bought together from the Flinzer. What a great fucking record label. Can't say enough good things about them. This is Giles Corey Hinterkaifeck. Giles Corey is the mastermind behind Have a Nice Life, which as I get older, Have a Nice Life does not age with me super well. I still respect it. I loved it at the time. Really not my thing anymore. I'll still throw it on from time to time, but it's not as impactful as it was. But Giles Corey, definitely still impactful. Although I do love the LP. I got that as well right here, and it's fantastic. This has my favorite song on it. It's called Guilt Is My Boyfriend. It's just, and there's not really much to it. It's just a kind of distorted acoustic guitar and Dan singing. But something about it struck me very early. I still put this song on constantly. I remember specifically floating the river with my aunt when this came out, and I remember just like couldn't sleep at night, laying in bed with this on my iPod Classic on repeat. So just kind of fond, nostalgic memories from this record. Super cool. It's a 3-song EP, so it's got, I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah, you can. It's got a cool etching on the back with some of the artwork from the cover. And let's move on to this last one. I actually thought I had bought way more records than I did when I decided to make this video, and then I went through my recently added Discogs and was like, ooh, you know, not as much as I thought. Alright, Giles Corey self-titled. This one was fucking huge for me. Probably, I don't know, whenever it came out, 5, 6, 7 years ago. Double LP. Didn't ever think this or Hinterkaifeck would ever be pressed on vinyl. At least again, like this is one of those records that was stupid expensive when it came out. The story behind it is fantastic. I won't explain it just because it's rather long. But Dan was very depressed. Was wearing this mask, which name I forget. It just escapes me while playing piano. A lot of field recordings of just him going through it, layered on top of the music. Double LP, gatefold. No actual inserts, but that's okay because it comes with a 150-page book. This is a big part of why I wanted it as well, because I wanted to read it and read about just a further explanation of Dan's research that went into this record and what he was going through at the time. And it's just incredible amounts of research, pictures on almost every page, lyrics, why he wrote certain songs, what they were about, just, you know, man, I'm not good with my words today, but just incredible record. Even if you don't quite get it on the first listen or two, reading this while you're listening to it really puts it into perspective and kind of makes it more than a record, but it makes it feel like a full kind of art project, even though it would kind of be a disservice to Dan to just call it an art project, because this was a big chunk of his, you know, like fucked up life at the time. But if you check up on him now, he made it out, all is well. But I believe the Flinzer still has this, or they're pressing it again, as well as Hinterkaifeck. So if you've never heard of it, give it a shot. Especially this Giles Corey. I think it's between $30 and $35 for a fucking double LP and a 150-page book. Like, come on. And it's not going to lose its value. If you don't like it, you can resell it, whatever. Yeah, fantastic fucking record. Really not much metal today. I guess I just haven't bought much metal in quarantine. I'm also unemployed and don't really have money to go get records. That being said, they did just repress the Mortiferum LP and the Caustic Moon. If anybody wants to send me that shit, that would be fantastic. But only about 9 people watch each of these videos. Still going to keep making them anyway because it's fun and it gives me something to do in my unemployed state. I hope everybody's doing well. If you need, want to talk about music, anything, feel free to just message me on here. I don't check it super often, but you can find me on Instagram at Strength of Fates, all one word, obviously, like the Neurosis song. And that's it. Hope y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching.